on this computer. Okay. Yesterday, some people, they have mistakes. So number 1 is for Renad, Shahd, Judy only. No, Judy and Abul Khair. For number 1, if you look at it, look at the choices here. After read and you know that it's grammar, look at the choices. You're gonna find here question mark. We have 2 and 2 with periods. So whether it's a question or whether it's a statement. So because of that, we have to read from the beginning. Here he said, psychophysics, Howard Moskowitz was hired by a soda company to determine how much. Perfect. So now all people are going to think about how much as a WH question. So because of that, it may be a question. So I'm going to choose the one that a question. But the question needs characteristic, certain advantages. What are they? The WH question must follow by a helping verb. Then the subject, then the main verb. Where did you go? Where are you going? Where is he going? This is the structure of the question. WH, helping verb, the subject, then the main verb. Okay. How much is the WH? Artificial sweetener. Perfect. Now what I need to be completing this one, but take care. From the beginning, it's not a question. From the beginning, we know that it's a statement. But let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, mister? I'm going to say, do most people prefer in a diet drink? And this is right. Because now we have the helping verb, we have the subject, and we have the verb. This is completely wrong because there is no helping verb. Thank you. This is completely wrong because it has a helping verb and end with a full stop. So now in the structure, both of these are right. Helping verb, subject, main verb. There. Mister, but from the beginning, it's a statement. From the beginning, it's a statement. How much artificial sweetener most people prefer in a diet drink? So the answer here, it's a statement. From the beginning. From the beginning. Clear in it?
Mister, I got it right.
Why I wrote here number 1 for you?
Maybe in the other sheet.
Let me return back. This is the one that you sent it to me. Is that right?
Yes, this is the sheet بتاع امبارح مش النهارده.
Yes.
طيب.
Number 1, you make it B. Why I make it for you number 1? It's my mistake. I'm sorry, Annette. Okay, Shah is not here. Judy is not here. Abul Khair, clear?
Clear, Master.
Okay. Number 2. Number 2. We don't have anybody for number 2. Number 3. I have Shahd, Judy, Rama, I think. Rama.
No, I fixed it. صلحت المستيك.
So Rama. I write Rama, Ramad. So because that, I read it as Renad. Rama, the first one. Renad, you have number 3. Okay. Number 3. As you can find here, if I look at the choices in the grammar, look at the choices to determine what this. Here I have sittings in she, so this is a subject, but without anything. Here is a subject and there is full stop. Here is a subject and before it comma. Here is and, a conjunction and a subject without anything before. Mister, let's remember that if they are two independent, so this wrong, and this wrong, and this wrong. If subordinate, then independent, subordinate, then independent, this is going to be wrong. This is going to be wrong also. This is going to be right, and this is going to be wrong. So we have to decide what is the first sentence. So from the beginning here, he said, in 2000, Nora D. Hoyes, Comstock, did the subject, herself an owner of a successful consulting firm, site to increase Latin representation, corroborate, founded. Did the verb. This all the verb. Mister, this is not independent or dependent. This is a modifier between a subject. I don't know why I write here independent. All the sentence actually is independent. All the sentence is independent. So, did the subject, and this is a modifier that we call it a positive, repeating the same words. So here a comma. So we need another comma before the verb. We need another comma before the verb. Again, teacher, there is a problem. How that? Look, I'm thinking with you. Again, here we have the verb here, mister. So we return back again to say that this is independent. This independent. But the problem that we need a comma. The comma is here. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. The comma is here. We need another comma. So the comma is here. So it's done. We have two commas. So this is a modifier. This is the subject, this is the verb. This is the first sentence that is independent. Where is the second sentence? It said to increase Latin representation, corroborate. Okay. Then here we have a verb without subject. So now I need a subject. So if this is going to be independent, as we said, another one that is independent, so we need independent. Then independent, we need comma, fanboys, or semicolon, or full stop. The only one that we have here is the full stop. Thank you. Two independent come after each other, comma, fanboys, semicolon, or full stop. We have only the full stop. Clear? Shahd is not here. Judy is not here. Renat, clear?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go to number 4. And number 4 with Shahd and Renat. Again, the song Tightrope by Janelle Monáe. Okay. Then he put a dash. A funky, danceable, take care. This comma, it's for the coordinate adjective. Come between the coordinate adjective. Tone. With lyrics about findings balance. Till now, we didn't define the verb. And preserving through. The verb is here, mister. The verb is here. So the subject is here, the verb is here, and there is a dash. So we need the other dash before the subject and before the verb. So the answer is A. Clear, Renat? Renat, clear? Okay. Abdullah, is that you? Abdullah? Hello? Abdullah? Muqayyad, is this Abdullah?
Yes, Mr. This is me.
Okay, okay, perfect. So we finished number 4. Let's go to number 5. No, yes, Abu Khair. And number 5. Look here. I'm not going to read the whole thing. And as I told you, I'm going to look here first. And when I'm going to come from the beginning of the sentence only that has a mistake. Okay. If you're going to look here, we're going to find that there is which. Can we put colons in which? No. Can which come after without any punctuation? Yes, if it's essential. Can which come after and there's a comma? Yes, if it's not essential. Can it come with a full stop? But here is going to be a beginning of a new clause. This is going to be a beginning of a new clause. If there is a new clause. Okay, mister, let's find. This type of random continuous, again, this is coordinate adjective as we said. This type is the subject. This type is the subject. Is known. The verb is here. The verb is here. Wait, mister. Wait, mister. Because we have another verb. We have another verb. So which one is the verb for this type? If this type is known as Brownian motion, or this type can be observed throughout the natural word. You have to think first. If we have two verbs and there is no and or fanboys before it, so that means there is another one here. And because there is verb before it a comma, so that means what we have here, it's not essential. Thank you. I solved it. So now this type can be, and which is known as Brownian motion, and we have the two commas. Clear, Abu Khair?
Clear, mister.
Okay. Rama number 6. As you can find here, as I told you, I'm going to look here and find. But you have to put in your mind that such as is one of the words, like including, like for example, that replace the colon. Replace the colon. So we can't write such as and colon with it. We can't write, for example, and colon with it. We can't write including, we can't write including and colon with it. Such as come before it a comma, but after it no comma. Such as come before it a comma, but after it no comma. So can it be a full stop? It can be, because maybe I start a new sentence. Can it be a semicolon? Again, if it's a start of a new sentence. But such as this one without any punctuation, also I have to look at the sentence. But we know that such as come before it a comma if it include inside the sentence. Where are you going to look? I'm going to look at the sentence. Look, not the first, here. Theaters were fitted with specialized vents that emitted odors at specific points in a, thank you. Thank you. This is a kind of new sentence. I'm sorry, it's not a new sentence. It's included, embedded sentence. Add the scent of roses when roses appear in a scene. So we don't need a new sentence because no subject verb, except with when roses appear. And this is independent. But this part doesn't have subject verb. So we don't need a full stop. We don't need semicolon. We don't need anything because this is a new one, embedded one. So it's going to be comma. Such as, or a movie, such as The Scent of Roses. This question for Rama. Clear, Rama?
Yeah, Mister, it's like, yani, does it have to be best such as? Can it be like other
Yes.
transition words?
Look at the such as, and if you find it, or including, for example, before them comma, if they are
So,
embedded
Mr.
inside a sentence.
طب do we give يعني نفس الرول للترانزيشنز؟
لا هنا مش transitions، انت بتتكلم على adverbs. However، صح؟
يعني مثلا for instance
بنعطيه نفس الرول ولا لا؟
ما قلت لك including. For example, for instance. Clear?
هي عشان انه for instance هي it's a type of transition.
Transition for exemplification.
Okay.
Yeah, but here I'm not talking about transition. I'm talking about the punctuation, such as. for example, for an instance, including, come before them a comma if they are embedded inside a sentence. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Number 7. No, number 6 also we have al-muqayyad. Muqayyad, clear?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to notice.
Okay. Renee, clear number 6?
Yes.
Okay.
مستر
Yes.
هو امتى should I put a comma قبلها وامتى احط semicolon؟
Okay. As I told you, if it comes such as a beginning of a new sentence and you have subject verb in it as independent, put full stop or semicolon. But if you look here, I forgot to do something. Actually, the full stop is like semicolon. So odd one out from the beginning. Clear? Clear, Renette?
Yes.
7, no one got it as a mistake. 8, no one got it as a mistake. 9, Judy. 9, Judy. Okay. Again, as you can find here, we have colon, but I'm going to look at the choices. I have of, then a dash, then of without, then of and colon, then of and comma. Wait, mister. Of is a preposition. Of is a preposition. And you told us in the rule of boundaries that don't separate between the preposition and the object of the preposition. So I'm not going to separate. Okay, let's find. He said in her part, the woman warrior, memoir of a girl hot among ghosts, comma, author Maxine Hong Kingston examine themes of child. No, I'm not going to separate. Without anything, we don't need a comma. We don't need a dash. We don't need colon. So the answer, it's a kind of prepositional phrase, no separation for it. Number 10, all of you got it right. Number 11, I have Rama, Shah, Abdullah, Rinad, and Abu Khair. Okay. Again, teacher, I'm going to look at this one. The sentence again. We know that how to know the difference between a question and a statement. The question, you're going to have WH question or helping verb, then the subject, then the main verb, then the question mark. Okay, let's find here. I'm going to read only the sentence here. By combining these cognitive feeds, then he said something, then he said research. Okay. Research conducted. So this is a new sentence because it starts with capital letter. Research conducted by biologist Carl Howard suggests the answer is yes. The answer is yes. So this is the question because the sentence after it indicates that there is an answer. So now I'm not going to take this. Now find the order of the question. This is yes, no question. Yes, no question, it starts with the helping verb. Okay, so can. Then the subject, then the main verb. Thank you. So the answer is D. Rama, clear?
Yeah.
Shad is not here. Abdullah, clear? Okay. Renat, clear? Okay. Abu Khair, clear?
Clear, mister.
Okay. Number 12 was Shah, Abdullah, Judy, Muqayyad, Abu Khair. The beginning of the sentence is here. But let's look at the choices. On earth, then a dash. On earth, then a colon. On earth, then a comma. On earth, then nothing. So I'm going to read only that part. Recently, archaeologists have. Wait, this is the subject. This is the verb, a part of the verb. Then he said have something, knives, horseshoes, wall tonics, and thousands of other artifacts. How, Abdullah, it's written that you got it wrong.
No, sir, I remember I answered it correctly.
Okay, let's return back to your answer. Abdullah. Abdullah, you didn't write this on the chat box. You wrote it. I'm sorry, you didn't write this on the WhatsApp. You wrote it on the chat box. Okay, no problem, Abdullah.
Yes.
So we have subject and verb, and then a list, the objects. So why you're gonna put a dash? Why are you gonna put a colon? Someone is gonna say, yes, this is a list. How list? He said, have an earth. Have an earth what? There's no an indication for a list. Have an earth what? Indication for the list is gonna tell you something that indicate that there is a list coming. Comma is not needed. So it's unearthed without anything. Clear? Judy is not here. Chad is not here. Muqayyad clear?
Yeah.
Abu Khair clear?
Clear, Mister.
Number 13, Judy and Abu Khair. Okay. Here I have not, then full stop, then aerobic. So it's like here a sentence, here another clause, a clause. Again,
Mister.
look here. Yes?
Just 5 minutes. I want to go pray and come back, okay?
Okay. Here, as you can find, the full stop and the colon look like each other in the usage, except that there is a list inside the list. So like that, I'm gonna keep these aside, then until I see here. Not aerobic, okay, not comma aerobic. Let's find. While one require oxygen and one does. Wait. This dependent. This dependent. Then here he said, and aerobic. This independent. But there is something missing here. Wait, mister. If I'm gonna say that doesn't, then we have the dependent and come after it. The independent, we put comma between them. Comma between them. So the answer is D. Clear, Abu Khair?
Clear, Mister.
Okay. It's better also to put the words without punctuation and read it to find that it needs or not. Like I'm gonna put not, then aerobic, as you like, capital or small, no problem. Then I'm gonna read it. While one require oxygen and one doesn't, aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Yes. This is dependent, independent, so we need a comma here. Just do this in the boundaries. Okay. I'll finish this part for boundaries. Let's go to the whole test of conviction. Not conviction, convention. I mix between signs. Why all words in English look like each other? No one answered the question.
Like, how am I supposed to know? I didn't create the language.
Okay. I'm gonna send this file that I solved it right now to you just to finalize it. This is the file. Extra practice 2 answer. Okay, I have sent it to you. Now the second file. Let's find. I have the first question. Renad is the only one that got number 1 wrong. Again, Renad, the same question that you solved it right. Preposition. Preposition, Renad. If you have a preposition, don't separate it from the object. It's object. You solved it before right, then now you solve it in the test wrong. Clear, Renad?
Yes.
Okay, take care, please. So here again, he said in her book, The Woman Warrior, the same question. It's the same question. When War of Girl, Among Ghosts, author Max and Hong Kingston examine themes, thank you. So off without anything. Number 2, I have Renad, Abdullah, Al-Muqayyad, Abu Al-Khair. Let's find. Where is the sentence already? I don't care about the beginning. I don't care about the beginning. All of these, actually, I just explained that this is a modifier and I care about here. As Spivak points out, there's a dependent subject verb and we have a subordinate conjunction. Savile is not the protagonist of Chillis, the independent. Then, as I told you, write the missing. Write it here. Write it and read it. Novel, then rather. So here, as Spivak points out, independent. Savile is not the protagonist of Shelley's novel. Okay, now I finished the sentence, the independent. Now, do we have another sentence? I think, yes. Rather add the recipients of the letters that frame the book's narrative. So there's another independent. She is the occasion for it. But here he said rather than as. Take care. There's dependent, then independent. Dependent, then independent. But the problem here that we start with rather and we end with independent. So now, because it's a complex sentence that has dependent, then independent, then another independent, so we have to put here full stop or semicolon. We have to put full stop or semicolon. Okay, teacher? So this is wrong because we can't separate. Can we put a comma? No, we're not going to put a comma at all because there is the word rather. And he mentioned rather here. Why you don't shoot this? Why you go here? Because rather, it's an adverb. And as we said, must come after it a comma. But because they are two clauses, we put semicolon between them. Clear, Renette? Okay. Abdullah, did you turn back? I think no. Muqayyad, clear?
Yes.
Abu Al-Khair, clear?
Clear, Mister. Mister, I need
Okay.
to go now. Because I have
Okay, Muhammad. So I'm going to record the session and you can watch.
Okay, thank you, Mister. Bye.
Welcome. Bye. Number 3. I have Renad. I have Abdullah. I have Ram. Where the beginning of the sentence? From however. From however. And take care. However is not a subordinate conjunction. However is an adverb. Merely adverb. Okay. If you're going to look here, I have which can be preceded by a comma. Can we put in before we said if we're going to put in, there's a prepositional phrase, don't separate it. But let's find. Can I put in before the full stop? It can. Can I put this? Yes. But let's find out from however. However, a team led by anthropologist Dr. Richard Berger used, okay, so here we have independent accelerator mass spectrometry to uncover evidence that it was occupied. There's a dependent. Okay. Then I'm going to put now earlier. Okay. So occupied earlier. Then here he said in 1940 CE. And we have a comma after. So this act as a modifier. So this is the beginning of a new sentence. This is the beginning of a new sentence. We can't put comma. We can't put which end. We can't put which end because which is not going to be returned back to anything before it. So the best answer is C. Renad, clear? Abdullah, did you return back? Rama, clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4, I don't have any mistakes with it. And the same one, the same questions. Number 5, Renat. Okay, I don't care about what is mentioned here, Renat. But again, with this question, also we solved it before, Renat, wallahi. This question, we solved it before. I don't remember where, but we solved it before. Okay. Before here, this is a kind of subject-verb agreement. Is singular, is singular, is singular, are plural. So thank you. I'm going to take the odd one out, plural. And if you're going to read, you're going to find that he's talking about microbes. Clear in it?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have number 6. I don't have number 7. Number 8. Number 9 with Renad. The problem, Renad, that I found that you wrote on the paper, promotes. Okay. You write promotes plural. Do you believe that? Return back to the. والله ارجع كده الورقه لقيتها بلورال قلت يا لهوي مع انك السؤال اللي بعديه عاملاه صح يعني عامله enable singular remote singular يا ريناد بالله عليك ما تنسي ها
Yeah, okay.
singular plural plural because are plural so I'm gonna take the singular. If you're gonna read it, let's find. He said the African Games co-production market. Okay. One of over 180 annual international conference supporting video game development. I need the verb for market. So it must be singular. I'm not going to tell you clear or not, Renat, because I know that you know it now. I have number 10 for Abul Khair. Also, I got confused, Abul Khair, when you hear this kind of record. Has singular, enable plural, is singular, enable singular. So I'm going to take the old one out. And here he told you the tool subject. The subject here is plural, enable. Number 11, again with Abul Khair.
Mr. Muhammad Abul Khair
Yes,
is not
Abdul.
here.
Yes, Muqayyad.
Muhammad is not here.
Yes, I know. But I'm talking
okay.
him because he's going to watch the record.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. As you can find here, again, convention. I'm going to read. Here he said reaching super law breaking occurs when two surfaces COF drops below 0.01. Okay. It's the order of the words here, the problem. The order of the words. And here he write when. Here he write when. So here he changed this to be dependent. Here he include when. So this dependent and these two independent. Let's find. I'm going to read only from here. A nearly frictionless and, as its name suggests, extremely slippery state. Okay, wait. This now teacher is independent. The right? A near frictionless state? No. This is a modifier. This is a modifier. So we need now the one that will modify, will be modified by this phrase. A nearly frictionless state. What is the frictionless state from these? No, reaching can be super lubricity. Yes, it can be the state that we're talking about. Can be when, no. Can be surfaces, no. Because I need a frictionless state. So this is a modifier question. Abdullah, I record the session. May you return back to the record, please? Because we need to go to the others. Okay, Abdullah? I'm so sorry. Clear, Abdullah? Okay. Okay, thank you. So, number 11 is Muhammad Abul Khair. There's a modifier question, Muhammad Abul Khair, when you hear this kind of explanation again. Number 12. Let's look at the choices. Is there plural singular? I think no, because will can be singular plural. Leverage can be singular plural. Only these are singular. Okay, let's look at the tense. because this consistency. Renad, Abdullah, this is consistency. Okay. Will leverage future. Is leveraging present continuous. Has leveraged present perfect. Leverage past. I'm going to read the whole sentence to find the consistency. He said after winning the 1860, it's in the past. It's in the past here. Presidential election. Abraham Lincoln appointed past. Edward Bass, Sam B. Chase, and William H. Seward to his cap. Lincoln's decision was past. Surprising, since each of these men had run past. But historian had praised. This is the present perfect. This is the only one that is present perfect. But all the tenses past. This is the only one that present perfect because he talk about the historians. المؤرخين. Noting that Lincoln, yes, we're not talking about historian, we're talking about Lincoln in the past. So it's going to be leveraged in the past. Clear, Renette?
Yes.
Clear, Abdullah? Thumb up if you're not going to speak. Abdullah. Oh, don't write, please. Just make thumb up. Okay. The writing take from me time. Okay. Number 13. Alhamdulillah, nobody. Number 14 with Abul Khair. Okay. Let's look here. He said union, then comma, finally acknowledging. Here, union, comma, having finally acknowledged. Both of these are not predicate, are not verbs. Union would finally acknowledge. There's the only one verb. Union to finally acknowledge. This is not a verb. 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 The only one is verb is would acknowledge. But I want to read it actually because I don't know. Let's talk about what. In 1994, almost 100 years after the death of Wan Zheng, the International Astronomical. Okay, this all is a phrase. Here, the subject. Where is the verb? Where is the verb? So I need a verb. What acknowledge? Thank you. Number 15 with Renad and Abul Khair. Again, developing, not a verb. Having developed, not a verb. To develop, not a verb. This is the only one is verb. Do we need a verb or not? Let's read it. I'm going to read only the sentence that had the underline or the missing part. It was that their Price premiered her first symphony, a piece that was praised for blending traditional romantic motifs with aspects of black folk music. And I need a verb. Why? Because here it was there the Price premiered her first symphony. So premiered and developed. Developed. So we need a verb. Clear, Renette?
بس he says with praise for blending. أنا حطيتها developing عشان blending.
حطيت ايه؟
developing عشان هو قال that was praise for blending.
ايوه بس الجمله دي خلصت خلاص يا ريناد. الجمله دي
Yes.
اصلا مشطوبه من عندنا. خلاص دي مش موجوده اصلا معانا. الجمله الاصليه اهي. ليه مشطوبه؟ لانها اتس نوت اسينشال يا ريناد. داش وداش. وصلت؟ يعني and عايده على هنا. ملناش دعوه باللي بين التو داشز او اللي between two commas لانها اتس نوت essential. Clear يا ريناد؟
Yes.
Okay. So 16, no one got it wrong. 17, no one got it wrong. 18. 18. Renat and Abul Khair. Again, let's look here. I'm going to solve it with elimination, Renat. Elimination. One accumulates. Singular. Accumulate. He brought for you the subject and the verb. Here singular, here plural, here singular, here plural. Wait, Mr. No, not with elimination. Because now we have two singular, two plural. So you have to decide that it's singular or plural. Okay, let's take the sentence that had the missing part. This disparity can be explained in part by the fact that rivers such as Mississippi expand and contract as sediment. He's talking about the rivers. He's talking about the rivers. Sediment for the rivers. So they accumulate. Clear in it?
طيب واي احنا ليه مش قلنا ان هو بيتكلم على ميسيسيبي؟
فين جملة ماشي، خلينا نقول ان هي بتتكلم عن الميسيسيبي، بس انت شايفه ان expand and contract singular ولا plural؟
ماشي.
plural. يعني مش لميسيسيبي. يعني الميسيسيبي singular. هما للريفرز. وصلت؟
Yes.
برضه such as the Mississippi، انا بس غلطت هنا لما حطيتش comma. such as the Mississippi دي not essential. هو المفروض that rivers expand and contract as they accumulate sediment.
Okay.
Number 19. Renette. Okay. Let's find. Is inventing singular and present continuous. Will invent future and for both singular and plural. Had invented for both singular and plural, and it's past perfect. Invents, it's singular and present. Okay, so I'm gonna depend on, and we solved this before also. I'm gonna depend on the consistency. In 1881, past. So I need something in the past. French chemist, Camel. Fair, with design, past. The rechargeable lead acid battery. First design greatly increased, past. The amount of electricity that the original battery, which is the French physics. Thank you. I need something in the past. I need something in the past. So the only one that in the past is had invented. Clear in it? Okay. Number 20. I have Renad and Muqayyad. Renad and Muqayyad. Okay, let's find. Geologist without anything. Geologist, then colon, list or explanation. Geologist, then semicolon. So I need a full sentence. Geologist, then a comma. So let's find the sentence here. He said the field of geological oceanography, O's. So this independent. Much to American. Okay. Then he said something. Then he said Marge star. We don't need to another sentence actually. Then he said a pioneering oceanographic cartographer whose detailed topographical maps of the ocean floor and its multiple rift valleys help. Okay, this the dependent from here till the end. So actually I don't need any punctuation. I don't need any punctuation. Clear in it? Okay. Muqayyad, clear?
Yeah.
Okay. I know that there is a comma here, but this comma for the positive after, because a pioneering oceanographic cartographer did the one that it's not essential, not the one before it.
Well,
And even John,
when I first saw it, I thought there must be a comma before and after the posted.
yeah, okay. So like that, you said American geologist, Mary Thorpe. Okay, this relate. If you're gonna do like that, we're gonna put a comma after geologist. Then you're gonna delete the comma here. Clear?
Yeah.
21, Abul Khair. Okay, I have advanced and. So and without anything before it. I have semicolon, I have a comma, I have nothing. Let's find. Here he said a sub-seasonal weather forecast attempts, subject and verb. This is independent. To predict weather conditions 3 to 4 weeks in. Let's put advance. In advance. Then he said it's prediction art, subject verb again. So it's independent. So we need independent, full stop, comma conjunction, comma fanboys, or semicolon. I have only semicolon. Here it's conjunction without anything. Abu al-Khair. 22, Renat. A question, Renat. Look here. He said, asks a question. So it's a question. So it's not full stop. Ask a question. What is the question? He's going to explain. Now I need the same structure that I told you about. WH question, then helping verb, then subject, then main verb. Here only. This is what happened. Helping verb, subject, main verb. Clear, Renat? Okay. 23, I have Renat, Abdullah, and Abu al-Khair. Okay. However, as I told you, however, it's not a subordinate conjunction. However, it's an adverb. So if it comes anywhere, like come in the beginning, come after it a comma. Come at the end, come before it a comma. Come in the middle. So if before it independent, you have to put semicolon before it. Okay, let's have a look here. However, comma, this is what you said, but it depends on what before it. If it's independent, so we need semicolon here. But here it's comma. Can we put however then it? It will never happen. However, but, no, because both of them contradiction. This contradiction, this contradiction. We can't put them together. However, then full stop and it can be, but we must put a comma here. Yes, the comma is here. But let's find the sentence. Like the Elvis impersonator who might bear a striking resemblance to the late musical icon Elvis Presley himself. Okay, wait. This is a modifier. This all, the underline is a modifier. Then he said, and Elvis, this subject accent is not the real thing. Okay, subject verb. Then he put a comma. Then he said, is a misidentified look-alike. Wait. Now here, this independent. And this is going to be also independent. If we have two independent, we must separate them by full stop or semicolon, comma conjunction. We don't have comma conjunction. We don't have semicolon. We have only full stop. And here, however, come at the end before the comma. Yes, that's the right one. So 23 is D. Clear, Renat? Okay. Clear, Abdullah? Okay. And double here is okay. Let me write for okay. Let's find now 24. I have Renat. Only Renat. Okay, I have club without anything. Club, comma, and. Okay, it can be work. It can work. Club dash, it can work. Club, comma, it can work. All of them actually can work, but depend on the sentence. Here he said, we're the beginning from here. In 1959. The sound from you? What do you have right now? Huh? What? No, this grade, how he said grade 8. Tell him this grade 8 or grade 4. Okay. In 1959, marine biologist Dr. Albert Jones, subject, founded verb, the underwater adventure seekers. Okay, this look like independent. As scuba diving, this independent, take care. Then he said here that, and that, no comma come before it. That, many times I said that. No comma come before it. Thank you. This is wrong. Can we say comma and that? No, it will not be. Because that is a dependent. That is dependent. So if we have independent, then dependent, what we do? Nothing, except that the dependent is a relative clause, so nothing. A. Clear, net? Perfect. 25 is with Abul Khair. I have life semicolon, it can work. Life colon, it can work. Life without anything can work. Life comma can work. It depends on the sentence. Yeah. He is known, independent, for enforcing a moral code called the law of piety, which dependent. Why Mr. Report comma? Because this is a relative clause, which established the sanctity of animal. Okay, so independent, dependent, independent, dependent. Then here he said, just the treatment of elderly and wait, mister. I have and. So this is a list. There's X, comma, Y, comma, and Z. Yes. Huh? Look at the structure. Noun, prepositional phrase. Noun, prepositional phrase. Noun, prepositional phrase. Yes, it's to the list. It's to the list. X, comma, Y, comma, and Z. Thank you. So the answer is D. This for Abul Khair. 26 for Rinat, Abdullah, and Abul Khair. High on, then semicolon. It can work. On here is going to be an adverb. High on without anything. High, then full stop on. Okay. High on, then colon. Let's find where is the beginning of the sentence. Okay, all of it. In a 2016 study, Eastern Washington University psychologist Amani Al-Alili found that among the study participants who experienced frisson, what's the meaning of this? A physiological response akin to goosebumps or getting the chills while listening to music. There was one personality trait that they scored particularly. I'm going to write high on. Then he said, openness to experience. This explanation. They scored particularly high on. What is it? Openness to experience. Okay, mister, but you told us before that we can't separate. Maybe someone is going to think like that. We can't separate between the preposition and the object of the preposition. But there's no object of preposition. If you're going to read it, openness to experience. One personality trait. What this personality trait? Openness to experience. So it's better to put a colon because it's explanation. Clear, Rinat? Clear, Abdullah? Okay. Abul Khair. The last one, 27, with Rinat and Abul Khair. Here I have Swenzel, comma, Swenzel semicolon, Swenzel nothing, Swenzel. Okay, that depends on the sentence. I'm going to read from here. I'm not going to read the full thing. I'm going to read from the beginning of the sentence. The arrangement of the figure, the subject, where is the verb represents. So whatever is going to come between the two comma is going to be not essential. Clear, Rinat? There is a comma here, Rinat. Clear, Rinat?
Yes, Mr. According to someone, if we removed it, it does not make sense.
No, I'm gonna make. Let's remove according to Swenzel. I'm gonna say the arrangement of the figure represents her idea. Clear?
It makes sense.
How it doesn't make sense? I have here arrangement, the subject, and here the verb. I told you if you're gonna separate between the subject and verb, and you find here comma, so you have to have here comma. All of this is gonna be not important if you don't put the comma here. Clear, Rinat? No, I can't hear.
It's not B.
Why it's not B? Let's find. Here the subject. Where is the verb for the subject, Rinat, if I'm gonna put colon? Where is the verb? The verb is going to be after the colon. Is going to be wrong. Okay? Okay. We finish this part. Let me also send it to you. The last domain. The last domain. And I'm going to start with the transition. This is actually the third domain. That expression of ideas. I'm going to start with the transitions. I'm going to start with the transitions. It's only 2 skills. The transitions. Bismillah. As you know, that the transition has many categories, and the transition word depends on what come before it and come after it. But also, I'm going to use the process of elimination here. Like, if I find 3 answers that they are in the same, or they have the same function, I'm going to just put them aside, because sometimes let's look at the categories of transitions. Number 1, agreement. That the sentence before agree with the sentence after it. Like using the word similarly. I'm going to just tell you the words that we're going to use. They can use similarly, again, also, correspondingly, equally, likewise. Take care. Correspondingly also can use with cause and effect. For disagreement, so what before it disagree or contradict with what after. Like, what are the words or the transition word that we're going to use? Like, however, but, yet, conversely, though, still. I think still here, it's not a disagreement. Still a disagreement. I made it as a mistake. Take care. In contrast, although, nevertheless. On the other hand, we have another one for sequence and order. Sequence and order. We're going to find that the 2 sentences move in order. The 2 sentences move in order. So what are the words? You're going to find previously, then, later, before, afterwards, finally, subsequently. And I do remember that while, despite its use in contradiction, also it can be used in sequence and order. Why? It can use in sequence also. We have other category for addition. To add more words, you find it's not only agreeing only. No, it adds, like furthermore, additionally, also, to, moreover, in fact. Exemplification. You're going to find that the relation between the sentence before and after, it's a kind of example. Like, for example, for an instance, for one thing, to demonstrate. You're going to find cause and effect, relationship or reason. Like, therefore, since, because, consequently here. Subsequently, thus, as a result, according, consequently. Let's look at this example and to decide that what kind of transition you're going to use it here. As I told you, read the two sentences, the one before the space and the one after. The one before the space and the one after. As you can find here, he said, okay, I read here, I think. Let's read here and find. He said, even in this superficially tradition work, Al-Malika was breaking new ground by memorializing any anonymous woman rather than a famous man. No, we need to read the before to know that this is what. I forgot to tell you. You have to write the function of each one here. In fact, is what? Addition, the right? Though, contradiction. Therefore, cause and effect. Moreover, also addition. So now, if you're going to look here, we can just eliminate the answer of in fact and moreover. You can just eliminate the answers for in fact and moreover. Why? Because they look like each other in the function for the time being. Maybe I'm going to return back to it later. Okay, let's find here now the sentence before. He said, Iraqi artist Nazik al-Malika, celebrated as the first Arabic poet to write in free verse, didn't reject traditional forms entirely. Her poem Elegy for a Woman of No Importance consists of 2 10-line stanza and the standard number of syllables. Even in this superficially traditional work, take care, she write in free verse and didn't reject traditional forms entirely. And here she wrote traditionally the opposite, the contradiction. Al-Malika was breaking new ground by memorializing an anonymous woman rather than a famous man. Thank you. It's contradiction. Though. Clear, guys?
Yes, Mr.
Let's go to number 1. Solve it the same way, please. And send the answer in the chat box. Okay, I have the answer from Abdullah. Abdullah said B. Rinat said A. Muhammad al-Muqayyid said B. Rama, waiting for you. So I have 2 girls and 2 boys, or 2 ladies and 2 gentlemen. The Rama and Rinat said A. Muhammad and Abdullah, they said B. Which one? I don't know. Let's find. However, contradiction. Accordingly, reason, cause and effect. Nevertheless, contradiction. Furthermore, addition. Wait. So A and C, I'm going to put them aside now. A and C, I'm going to put them aside now and look at B and D. If they are not working, I'm going to look at A and C. Here he said, reforestation efforts, while undeniably valuable, often result in forests with limited biodiversity. Then here he said, care should be taken to plant wide variety of native flora in depleted woodlands. It's a reason. It's a reason. Because of reforestation, we have to do, or we have to care. So the answer is B. Rama and Rinat, clear? Both of them are
Yeah.
sleeping. Okay. Renat, clear?
Yes.
Okay. Number 2, please take care. Take care if they have the same function. Put them aside first, then start solving. I didn't get any answer till now. Muqayyad said A. Abdullah said A. Rama said A. Waiting for Renat. Renat said A. Okay. Let's find. However, contradiction. Therefore, reason. Afterward sequence. As a result, reason. Okay. I have now two that they have the same function. So let's look at contradiction or sequence. He said here, the Gordie Howe hat trick, an official statistic in which a hockey player scores a goal, records an assist, and gets in a fight all in the same game, is named after hockey great Gordie Howe. Then here he said Howe only achieved this feat twice. So why it called about his name? This contradiction. So however. Number 3. The same thing, please. Do the same trick. Al-Muqayyad said B. Rama said A. Abdullah said A. Waiting for Renat. Renat said D. Okay, take care in sum means conclusion, Renat. Conclusion. So here, additionally, addition. Thus, reason. Instead, contradiction. In some agreement, in conclusion. Okay, that's fine. Because actually, I can't eliminate anything. He said here to discover which fruit varieties were grown in Italy, Umbria region before the introduction of industrial farming. Botanist Isabella Dalla region often turns to centuries-old list of cooking ingredients. Then here said she analyzes the care. So she is not only turns to centuries-old list. No, she also analyzes Renaissance paintings of Umbria, as they can provide accurate representation of fruit that were grown. So she adds information. She turns and analyzes So the answer is A. Clear, Muqayyad and Renat? No, in sum, in conclusion. Sum means it's an agreement in conclusion. Muqayyad and Renat, clear?
Yeah.
Renat, I can't see your thumb up. Okay, yes. Okay, guys. Number 5. Number 4, I'm sorry, number 4. Solve number 4. Take care, please, when you're answering. Okay, number 4, Muqayyad said C. Rama said C. Abdullah said A. And Renat said B. Okay. Let's find. It's a reason. In addition, indeed, agreement. Nevertheless, contradiction. That's fine. Seismologists Qian Yong and Barbara Romanovsk have proposed that the magma fueling Iceland's more than 30 active volcano systems emerge from deep within Earth. So they are talking about the volcanoes. The great depths involved. He said here, deep within Earth. The great depth involved, nearly 3,000 kilometers, mark Iceland volcanoes as extreme outliers. Then here he said many of Earth volcanoes are fed by shallow pockets of magma found less than 15 kilometers below the surface. He's still talking about the depths. He's still talking about the depths. Still talking about the depths. So it's not a reason. Can be addition. It can be addition or agreement, but it's not reason or contradiction. It's not reason or contradiction. So let's find again. It's agreement or addition. He's talking here about many of Earth's volcanoes, still talk about the same volcanoes, fed by shallow pocket of magma. I don't care about the magma. I don't care about the magma. I don't care about the magma. The main thing that he's talking about the same volcano that under Iceland. So here it's a kind of agreement. So indeed. Mariam. So indeed. Abdullah, clear? Okay. Renat, clear? Okay. Number 5, 6, 7, 8 is going to be homework till tomorrow. Let me stop recording this one.